All right. So we are now streaming. Hi, everybody who's watching on YouTube. And I guess YouTube is our only streaming place right now, right, Mallory? Anyway, okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Rainbow Online Connection Info Nights for summer 2020. We are so glad to have you watching. And if you're watching in the future, once it's recorded and on YouTube, welcome also, because this information will be valid for right up until summer 2021. All right, so we're going to jump right in. My name is Stephanie. I use she, her pronouns. I am the director of Rainbow Camp and our online counterpart, Rainbow Online Connection, which is what we're going to be kind of talking about today. All right. Cool. So here's the agenda. The goal is to not have this go past 45 minutes. It might, but the goal is to not. We are going to start off with welcome and introductions. We have all but one of our staff here on the call who are going to be introducing themselves to you. A quick, what is ROC or Rainbow Online Connection? We're going to go over our weekly themes and the boxes, which is if you did ROC last summer, this is a new thing we're doing this summer. We're really ramping it up. Mallory is going to go through how to register and talk about our technology and online safety and security, all that stuff. And then we're going to have time at the end for Q&A. What's important to note about Q&A, Mallory, is your... Anyway, okay, so Mallory's email is at the end of this, and we can, Mallory, can you put it in the chat on the YouTube thing as well? Cool. So if you have any questions throughout this or you think of them, put them in the chat on the YouTube. You'll see the little bar where you can type in your questions. And if it's more of a private question, then Mallory's going to be monitoring her email throughout this. So you can just see where the email is, and then that'll be valid if you're watching this in the future also, by the way. Mallory is the person who gets all of our emails and answers our questions really promptly. She's really great at that. So we're going to come back to that at the end. So just fire away with all your questions throughout, no problem. And then we're going to answer them all at the end. Cool. All right, about us. My name is Stephanie Voyer, and I am the director. I already said that, but I use she, her pronouns, and I'm very excited to introduce you to our team. So, Mallory, kick it.
Hi, my name is Mallory. I use she, her pronouns. I am the assistant director, and I'm also in charge of all things technology and IT, as well as communications.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I use they, them pronouns. I'm the co-program director, which means that I do things like putting together the schedule and, picking out what sorts of amazing, super fun things we'll be doing together this summer.
Hello, I'm Noah Gibson. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm the other program director. So I do what Caitlin does. We talk about schedules and planning what fun activities are going to go on, and making sure that everything is going to run super smooth this summer.
Hello, I'm Mikael. I use he, him pronouns. I'm one of the programmers, so you'll be seeing me on Zoom a lot, and I'll be leading people through activities or crafts and whatnot. I also help run our social media.
Hello, my name is Allison. I use she, her pronouns. I am part of the social media team, and I believe in peace and change.
Hello, my name is Vincent Bolt. I use he, him pronouns, and I am the volunteer coordinator, and I like to sprinkle a bit of fabulous on everything.
Hi everyone, my name is Andrea. I use she, her pronouns. I'm super passionate about the arts. I love to bake, and I'm also behind some of the Instagram designs. It's my first year at camp, and I'm super excited to meet you all.
The mute button, man. All right, right on. Thank you. I'm so lucky to have our friends here with us. You'll get to hear from them a little later on. They all have different stuff they're going to be chatting about, so it's not just me and Mallory the whole time, so that'll be great. All right, what is ROC, Rainbow Online Connection? we came up with ROC. It evolved into our online summer camp program essentially last summer when we found out we weren't able to run our traditional in-person summer camp. Since then, the pandemic really challenged us to grow and evolve in a lot of really interesting ways. So we had great success with our online programming last summer, had a ton of campers who were really excited, which led us to do online connecting programs throughout the year. So if you are watching and you're a part of that, that's great. Thank you for being here and showing interest in our summer program, which is kind of a more exciting and ramped up version of some of the programs you may have already done. We have a wide variety of activities, which the people you just met are going to be kind of unpacking in a bit, but we also have other things that we're branching out with. So the program we're talking about for the summer is with youth 12 to 18, and we have different programs for them. But with online programming, we've really seen the potential in how diverse we can get and how we can reach many different audiences. So if you're interested, if you're a parent of an LGBT youth, we just started our online support group, and we're going to be diversifying and adding more programs for adults as well. We just started thinking and programming a seniors program. So I'm not going to age anybody as a senior, but if you identify as a senior person or you know an LGBT senior, some ROC programming is going to be coming your way very soon as well. So if you go on and get our newsletters and stuff, you'll be in the loop with that, and just pay attention to our social media. But for this, we are talking about this summer, and we are Canadian, which for the first time ever, we have more Americans registered for the summer programming than Canadians, which is interesting. But that's why we want to put it out there that we are a Canadian organization, but that is cool because we are now able to provide programming for people all over the world, no matter where you are. If you have access to the internet, you can engage in our programming and make a really good community in a safe and happy, fun way. So you can expect kind of like summer campy programs, but from home. So we'll get more specific about that in a bit. All right, now Caitlin, one of our program directors, is going to take it from here.
Thank you, Steph. So yes, once again, my name is Caitlin. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about just kind of an overview of our program. So this summer, for the first time, we are going to have 8 weeks of camp. We are filling up both July and August, 8 weeks of camp, 4 for each of our age groups, being 12 to 14 years old and 15 to 18 years old. And our programming will follow our program streams. So one of those is artistic endeavors, which is exploring all avenues of the arts, visual art, creative writing, dance, music, anything that falls under the arts, that's in our artistic endeavors stream. Education and activism includes reliable and accurate education on issues that are important to our campers, along with open discussion spaces so we can talk about these sorts of things. So that could include information on transitioning, to us LGBTQ plus history, talking about self-advocacy, all sorts of things like that fall under education and activism stream. And active movement. So that involves sessions that will keep our bodies moving, getting up, getting active so that we're not just sitting down in front of the computer all day. This also includes more health-minded programming. So some examples of active movement programs includes things like dance, yoga, chair fit, and like mindfulness programming. All of those sorts of things will be active movement. Along with our 8 weeks of camp, each week we'll have a theme, which is new this summer. We have themes for our different weeks, but every single week will still contain all 3 of our program streams. So there will still be well-rounded weeks with lots of variety and activity. And each week also comes with a ROC box unique to its theme, which is a little box of goodies we'll send you in the mail. And we'll talk a little bit more about both of those things. I'll get more detailed later, but right now I'll talk about our wonderful sample schedule here, showing off what a day of ROC looks like. So we start off in the morning with Mindful Morning, just a relaxing and reflective way to begin our day together. And throughout that day, we have 5 daytime program slots, so approximately 45-minute programs. And one of those program slots every day will be for our week-long project. Every week we'll have a project that we work on a little bit every day, so everyone has something amazing to show off at the end of the week. We have meal breaks, of course, breaks for lunch and dinner. And also new this year, we have a chat session in the afternoon, going over feedback from campers after our summer last year. One of the things we got the most feedback on was that, campers are looking for more space to just talk with each other and just hang out for a little bit. So we now have a chat session in the afternoon every day to have that kind of conversational space. After dinner in our evenings, we have an evening activity every day. That would be an hour and a half to 2 hours. Longer activities that wouldn't quite fit in our afternoon slot. So things like a movie night is an example of something that might go there. And after hours is just a relaxing, chill game hour to kind of relax into the evening and put the day to rest. That would be things like the kinds of games we've been playing during our game night sessions during our year-round ROC programming. And the times on this schedule are in Eastern time because that is the time zone that a lot of us on staff are coming from. But we have these kind of long days because we have campers from multiple time zones, right? So we're having times that are helpful for every time zone, not just the one that we're in. And we're also, no one is expected to show up to every single thing every single day. You can build your experience the way that you want it to look. So with that said, I'll pass this off to Mallory now, who will give you a little more detail on those ROC boxes that I mentioned earlier and just what in the world those look like.
Thanks, Caitlin. So as Caitlin said, each week of ROC this summer will include a ROC box. This is a physical box of materials that will be mailed to you. And this box will include things like your camp t-shirt, materials for your major project, programming supplies, snacks, and of course, a few surprises. Because we are mailing a box, we recommend that you register at least 2 weeks in advance of the session you are interested in so that the box arrives on time. If you register after that, we would still love to have you. We just recognize that your box may not arrive in time for your session.
Hello, it's Mikael again, and I'm here to tell you all about Artistic Endeavors. So Artistic Endeavors is the theme of our first 2 weeks, which will be running from July 4th to July 9th for ages 15 to 18, and July 11th to July 16th for ages 12 to 14. So this week, it'll give campers the opportunity to express themselves through things like crafts, creative writing, visual art projects, and drama programs. Basically all things artistic with education and movement sprinkled in from our, to have all 3 of our streams in there. This week's box will have the craft supplies you need to do all of our programs, as well as some extra artsy goodies. Included in these supplies will be everything you need to make the puppet, which is this week's long-term project, and this involves learning how to fabricate and manipulate your very own friend. The older our group from 15 to 18 will be doing the Muppet that you see on the screen, and then 12 to 14 will be doing our marionette. So hope to see you there.
Hello again. It is me, Vincent. I'm back. And I'm going to talk to you about leadership and activism. And that is the week running from July 18th to July 23rd for ages 15 to 18, and July 25th to 30th for ages 12 to 14. Do you want to be the change that you want to see in the world? Join us for this week, where we will talk about advocacy and self-advocacy. We will talk about history makers and history making. We'll talk about the people who have made these changes. So what are you passionate about? Are you passionate about the environment? Are you passionate about 2S LGBTQ plus rights? Are you really passionate about trans inclusion in sport? Whatever it is that interests you, and whatever challenges exist in the world right now that you want to see change, this is the week for you to learn how to make that happen. We're going to learn how to build self-confidence in ourselves and in our leadership skills and abilities. And some of the activities for this week will include, of course, some fun learning about all of these things, but also this goes back to our special box for the week, an activity around building our external and internal selves and decorating a box to demonstrate how the world sees us and how we see ourselves and how we want to be that change maker. So if I'm asking you, what are you passionate about and what kind of change do you want to make?
Hi again, my name is Andrea. I use she, her pronouns.
And I am Allison. I also use she and her pronouns, and we will be talking about music, movement, and mayhem.
So Music, Movement, and Mayhem is a super fun week where we are finally going to escape our Zoom boxes and get active. Our main activity for this week is ukulele building, as you can see on the slide. And after we build them, we are also going to learn a few chords. So if you've always wanted to learn a new instrument, here's your chance. It's also a great instrument to strum along to if you love to sing.
Dance and singing workshops are also happening this week. So after the end of the week, there will be a talent show to showcase your own passion. So make sure you bring everything that makes you, you. Music, Movement, and Mayhem will be running from August 2nd to the 6th from ages 15 to 18, and from August 9th to 13th, ages 12 to 14.
Let the games begin. Hi, I'm Noah, by the way. Let the Games Begin is our fourth and final week for the different age groups. 15 to 18 will be August 15th to 20th, and ages 12 to 14 will be August 22nd to 27th. It will be a week focused on entertainment and recreation, though of course arts and movement and education will be present throughout all of it as well. We'll be playing a variety of tabletop games, video games, and competing in challenges throughout the week, while learning about things like game design, games as narrative devices, and how fun can be a vehicle for all kinds of important messages. Our box for this week will feature gear and supplies for fun challenges, and the week-long project will be a tabletop role-play campaign using the game Masks, which is a superhero-themed coming-of-age game. This week is, of course, open to newbies and expert gamers alike, and we hope to see you there.
Okay, so how to access our programming and our website. For this summer, we will have a participant portal set up on our website. This section of the website will be password protected, and you will be emailed the week before your session with your username and password. Only registered participants can access it, and this is where we'll be storing things like instructions for any of the technology, Zoom links for the day, schedules, as well as recordings of sessions that you may have missed during the week. So this will be where you can access everything, and all of that information will be sent to you by email before your session starts. Registration for Rainbow Online Connection is done online. You can do it through our website, or the link is at the top of the page right now as well. When you go to register, there are two forms that you'll be asked to fill out. The first is your parent guardian form, which just gives us a little bit of information about the parents, guardians, as well as permission to participate. The second one is our camper information form, which gives us a little bit more information about the camper, what they're looking to get out of it, and just some useful information for us to know as well.
That's right. And at Rainbow Camp and Rainbow Online Connection, we believe that everybody should have access to our programming if you want, regardless of financial situation. We're very passionate that no matter what kind of money, hard times you are having, or however rich you are, doesn't matter. Everybody gets treated the same in our space. So we have these three tiers you see on the screen right now. The payment tier is tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. So you can pick the one that suits your financial situation the very best. Also, we have our campership form, which is like a camp scholarship, or I mean, maybe it's like a rocker ship. I don't, a rocket ship. Anyway, because Rainbow Online Connection, that was a really bad joke. I apologize. So with this, nobody can be held back because of money. Just contact us. You fill out that form and no questions asked. We will be happy to accommodate whatever you're willing or able to pay for camp. And if you need it, the whole thing covered, that's okay too. We have very generous donors that have given their money so that we can be as accessible as possible. So we don't want money to hold anybody back. So yeah, that's all on our website as well.
Because this is an online program, one of the big things is our online security and our virtual safe space. We have been running online programming for nearly a year at this point, and we have so far have had zero issues whatsoever with online safety, security, and creating our virtual safe space, which is something we're incredibly proud of. This is possible for a number of reasons, including our safe space agreement, which all of our staff, volunteers, and participants are required to agree to in advance. As well, we record all of our sessions for safety. These recordings will not be shared without explicit permission from participants and their parents or guardians. As well, all of our programs have a minimum of 2 trained staff or volunteers present. This is both for safety, but this also covers us for technological problems, such as if your power is out or someone's internet dies. So this means that there'll always be someone there supervising at all times. At this point, we would like to invite you, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat and we will ask them, and I will ask them to the group.
Yeah. If you have questions that are not, that you don't feel like being public, feel free to send an email to Mallory's email right there so that that can still be asked. If you're thinking about it, I'm sure that other people will be thinking about it too. So please don't hesitate, ask away. We would love to answer. All right, Mallory.
The first question I have says, can I sign my child up for multiple weeks?
Oh my gosh, we would love if you signed your child up for multiple weeks. We found that last year, it compounded, it snowballed. So after the first week, people started registering for the following weeks as well because they enjoyed it so much. So in order to, especially those last weeks, if you're really interested in those, I'd register like as soon as possible. So yeah, absolutely. With the lovely thing about being online, it's not like we have to, we're not restricted based on bunk space or cabin and counselor ratio kind of stuff. We can have as many people as we want on our screen from all over the world. So that's a really beautiful blessing about it being online. So yeah.
Okay, the next question I'm going to ask says, do I have to be out at home or out to my whole family to participate?
Wow, that is a really good question. I feel like we have some knowledgeable staff members that might have some thoughts on this. I'm going to respond with, we are very openly about allyship. So everything from our program perspective is from the perspective of being a good ally. So an ally means you might not necessarily be an identity like LGBT or whatever. That's okay. You can participate in all of the, so if you're going to a transgender 101 workshop online virtually, you don't, I'm not trans myself, but I am gay. So I have to be an ally to trans people anyway. So everything that we have in our programming is from the perspective of allyship. So you can, I mean, honestly, straight people or, you know, they're just another letter on the acronym under the same rainbow, right? So everybody has to be allies to each other anyway. So no, you don't have to necessarily be out to register, but you do have to be an ally. So does any of the other staff have thoughts on this? This is a frequently asked question, I feel like, among a lot of our campers often.
Yeah, I mean, Rainbow Camp and ROC is the point of it to me is for it to be a space for everybody. And as long as everybody in the space is making each other feel accepted and respected, then they are welcome there. So it doesn't matter if you're in the closet, if you're straight, if you're siblings, if you want to go with to show support for your siblings or other people in your life and you just want to learn more about them. It doesn't have to be for you. It just has to be for community. This is what it is. It's a community.
That's a great point, Noah. Thank you for saying that. And also, we are, in addition to being an LGBT organization, we also focus on, I mean, when we're in-person camp, we're a summer camp. And just like this, we are doing a lot of really fun activities that are not specific to unpacking our identities all the time. Sure, there's that as well. But for instance, all the fun, like making ukulele, all those kind of programs, we're building community with each other anyway. So friendship is the base, and we have some really cool programs that make it so that but there's something in it for everybody, is my point. Thank you for that question.
Okay, the next question I have says, can you explain the payments again? And for some of the tiers, there were 2 amounts listed. Can you explain that?
Sure. Mallory, you want to go back to that slide just so we can?
Yep.
Okay, so the tiers are.
Nope. Skip them.
Going so fast.
There we go.
There we go. There they are. Okay, good question. Yes, I'm sorry. I should have said this. So you'll notice, yes, tier 1 and 2, there are 2 different options there. The one on the left is like the 260. That is for the full week of camp. The 235, the what do we call it? Mayhem, Music Movement and Mayhem Week. That is 1 day shorter because of the holiday that happens during that week. So that is why that's adjusted. Tier 3 is the same for that week and all the other ones, because that covers the boxes, just the boxes. And so, but likewise, if you need your box covered, the tier 3, then that's what the campership form is for. Just let us know, and which is on the registration. Easy. We don't check anything. We just trust that you know your situation best with money. Also, there's a few options on payment breakdowns, and so if you're like, yeah, I can pay for tier 1, but I just, would rather pay for it over the next few months, that's not a problem. The system automatically, like, you can choose pay monthly or other arrangements, or come back and pay in different installments. Not a problem. We like it to be as easy as possible for you. And yeah, I think that's it. Mallory, do you have anything that I missed?
Nope, I'm just going to add on to the payments that we can accept payment by credit card online, but if you'd prefer to pay by e-transfer or check, we can also do that as well.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, just let us know. And yeah, so there's more clear instructions when you actually go to register on the actual website.
Okay, the next question, and this is the last question I have right now, so if anybody watching has any more questions, feel free to put them in. But the last question is, are there any additional costs or supplies required beyond what's included in the box?
Who wants to answer that question? All right, Noah, Caitlin, what?
So the only thing that comes to my mind is that we occasionally have some food programs, and we have done our best to include any non-perishable items that we can provide in the boxes in them. But other things like condiments and other small ingredients like flour, things like that, those would be like you would be responsible for procuring those but of course, even if you don't have the materials to come to a session, you can still come and chat and watch and hang out. Like, even if you're not doing the craft with us, that is no reason for you to think, oh, I have to set this one out. You can always come to any session.
Okay.
Mallory, do you have anything to add? Because you're doing the box ordering.
Nope, I don't have anything to add about boxes. Nope.
Perfect.
Okay, and we don't have any more questions coming in.
All right. Is there any FAQs that people want to, that we can think of that people might want to address? Missed?
I'm going to jump in with one of them. One of the common questions asked is, what technology do I need to participate? Because this is a virtual program. In terms of technology, all you really need is some sort of device with internet and a webcam. So if all you have is a cell phone, that will do. If you have a laptop, a desktop computer, those will also work as well. And so that's basically what you need in terms of technology.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Right on. Cool. So then, thank you so much for coming and watching this video. We are so happy that you spent and made it, this far. If you're watching it in the future, thank you for watching this far into the video. And if you're watching the live stream, thank you for being here. We are so excited to see you this summer. We've been planning on how we can ramp up. Last summer was so successful. which was unexpected, I think, to all of us. I wasn't, as a camp person, an in-person camp person, I was not expecting it to be as fun and as amazing as it was. So now that we see that potential, we've really ramped it up with the boxes and making it even more interactive. We have way more people registered already. So that's really exciting because it's always more fun when there's more people. So if you are not registered yet, please go for it, do it now, and get all your friends to do it as well. We're really accessible. Like we said, we don't want money to be the reason why anybody is held back from an amazing summer camp or summer online experience. So thank you so much for listening, and yeah, have a great